The roommate. When I first moved into the old Victorian house near the edge of campus, I thought I'd struck gold. 2 bedrooms, cheap rent, utilities included. The landlord was an odd man. Balding, jittery hands kept glancing over his shoulder like someone was behind him. He told me someone already occupied the 2nd bedroom, but I'd hardly know he was there. I never saw the guy, not once. At first, I didn't think much of it. We all have our own lives. Maybe he worked nights, maybe he was just antisocial, but things started getting weird after the first week. Every night, sometime around 2:13 a.m., I'd wake up to the sound of a door creaking open, then soft, slow footsteps down the hall. They'd stop just outside my door. They never knocked, never moved again. I would lie there in bed, holding my breath, staring at the doorknob, waiting. Eventually, the footsteps would go back the way they came. Floorboards groaning, door creaking shut again. One night, I got brave and yanked the door open the second the footsteps stopped. The hallway was empty, but the 2nd bedroom's door was closed, like always. So I left a note. Just a simple, "Hey, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. Sorry we haven't crossed paths yet." I taped it to his door. The next morning, it was gone. No reply, no crumpled paper on the floor. Just gone. Then things started disappearing. Small things at first, spoons, socks, toothpaste. But then, my phone vanished. I tore the apartment apart looking for it. Found it 2 days later under my bed. The camera had been on. Dozens of pictures in the gallery, all black, except one. It was a photo of me, asleep in bed, taken from just a few feet away. I stopped sleeping. I confronted the landlord the next day, demanded answers. He got this weird look in his eyes. Not fear, regret. "You're the 3rd tenant this year," he said, avoiding my gaze. "The others left. Some just disappeared. I'm sorry. I can't lose this place. If he likes you, you'll be fine. Just don't open the door." He wouldn't tell me what he meant. Just handed me a month's rent back in cash and begged me to stay quiet. That night, I locked my bedroom door, wedged a chair under the handle, left all the lights on. But at 2:13 a.m., like clockwork, I woke up. The door creaked, footsteps down the hall, a stop outside my room. A shadow slipped under the door, long and thin, like fingers made of smoke. Then came the breathing. Not the kind that comes from lungs. It was wet, hungry. Something whispered through the door. "You're not him." I didn't sleep after that. I started sleeping during the day when the house felt less awake. I applied for new apartments, started staying at friends' places, but last night I had to come back. I needed my laptop. Stupid, I know. I tried to be quick, ran upstairs, grabbed it from my desk, but the second I turned around, I saw it. The 2nd bedroom door was open. I'd never seen it open before. The room was dark, almost unnaturally so, like it absorbed light. I should have run. I know that, but something pulled me toward it. Not curiosity, pressure, like being underwater, dragged down by something heavy. Inside, there was no furniture, no bed, just a chair. And on the walls, scratches, hundreds of them, words etched deep into the wood, some fresh, some decades old. Most said the same thing. "Don't sleep here. He doesn't like to share." Then I heard it, my bedroom door creaking open. I turned and bolted down the stairs. But when I hit the bottom step, the lights went out. Every single one. A weight settled over the house like something was holding its breath. I ran out the front door and didn't stop until I reached the street. I haven't gone back. But here's the thing that keeps me up now. Last night I got a text. No number, no name. Just a message that said, "You were warmer than the others. Come back. I miss the sound of your breathing." And attached to it, a photo of me, sleeping in my friend's guest room. I wasn't alone. I'm not now either. Something in the walls. They say houses breathe. They creak, settle, and groan under their own weight. That's what people tell themselves when they hear strange sounds at night. But this house doesn't breathe. It whispers. It started 3 days after I moved in. It was an old place, a 2-bedroom farmhouse on the edge of town. The kind of property people said had character. Real wood floors, iron radiators, a porch that groaned with every footstep. It was cheap, too, suspiciously cheap. The realtor brushed off my questions, said the last owner moved out fast, left in the middle of the night. Family emergency or something. I didn't push. I just wanted a quiet place to start over. After everything that had happened, all I wanted was silence. But that's the thing. I never got silence. On the 3rd night, I heard a noise behind my bedroom wall. It was faint, but I wasn't imagining it. A whisper. Low, breathless, too quiet to make out, but rhythmic, like someone talking to themselves through clenched teeth. I pressed my ear to the wall. Nothing. Just the faint hum of the house. I figured it was the plumbing, or wind, or maybe the old place settling. But the next night, the whisper was back, and this time I heard my name. It wasn't loud, just barely a hiss. Daniel. At first, I thought it was a dream. I even laughed it off the next morning. But each night, it got clearer. Not a dream, not pipes, not the wind. It knew my name. I moved my bed away from that wall. The next night, I heard it behind the new wall. Wherever I went, it followed. The walls weren't just whispering. They were watching. Eventually, I started hearing scratching, like fingernails. Not frantic, no. It was slow, purposeful, like it was digging, like it had time. The final straw was when I found a red smear seeping down the living room wall. Thick, dark. I touched it before I could stop myself. It was warm. I called the landlord, no answer. I called the police. They came, looked around, found nothing. They told me to get some sleep, maybe talk to someone. I don't think they saw the writing scratched into the wall in the attic. Don't listen. Don't look. Don't let it out. But I had already listened. I had already looked. The next night, I found a small hole in the wall of the guest room, just big enough to fit your eye up to it. I don't remember making it. I don't remember it being there. And yet, it was. I told myself not to look. Every instinct screamed at me not to. But you don't understand. It was whispering louder now, begging me, pleading with me to look, saying my name in a dozen different voices, some mine, some not. So I looked. There was something inside the wall. No face, just teeth, rows of them. Too many. Perfect, motionless, smiling. And then it spoke clearly, with a voice that I felt in my bones. You opened the wall. Now I open you. I ran, grabbed my keys, fled the house. I drove until I was sure I was gone. But every road I took looped back. Every turn led me back to the house. Back to it. Now I'm sitting in my living room, lights flickering. It's past midnight. I haven't slept in days. The whispering is inside my head now, not just the walls. It's in the floor, the pipes, my skin. The hole is bigger. It breathes now, and I swear, I saw a hand come through it. Long fingers, wrong joints, nails like bone needles. If I go near it, it'll pull me in. But if I stay here, it'll come out. I think that was always the plan. If you're reading this, don't come here. Burn the house, salt the ground, never dig, never open the walls. Some things want to be let out, but others, they want to trade places. Behind the mirror. They say mirrors are just glass, reflections, light bouncing back at you. But I don't think that's true anymore, because something looked back at me, and it wasn't me. It started after my aunt died. She was a recluse, lived alone in an ancient, sagging house at the edge of a forest no one in the town liked to go near. I hadn't seen her in years, maybe since I was 12, but somehow she left everything to me in her will. The house, her things, all of it. My friends thought I was crazy for moving in, but rent-free is rent-free, and I needed a place to start over. A quiet place. The house creaked constantly. The wood groaned like it was tired of standing. The wallpaper peeled like old scabs. But the worst part, by far, was the mirror. It hung at the end of the upstairs hallway, floor length, its frame carved from black, twisted wood. I assumed it was some antique, probably worth something, but I hated it immediately. Something about the way it seemed too dark, even in daylight. Like it swallowed the room instead of reflecting it. And it didn't reflect right. Not at first, no. At first, it was just a bad feeling, subtle. I'd catch a flicker of movement in the corner of my eye when I walked past, only to turn and see nothing. Just myself, standing, pale, unsettled. But one night I was walking past with a cup of tea in my hands, and I swear I saw myself blink, twice, when I hadn't blinked at all. My reflection didn't match me. I dropped the cup. It shattered, tea spreading across the floor like blood. My reflection smiled. I didn't go near the mirror after that. For days, I avoided the hallway, slept on the downstairs couch, used the back stairs. I was determined to ignore it, tell myself it was stress, sleep deprivation, anything else. But that didn't matter, because it came to me. I woke up one night, 3:17 a.m. The numbers burned into my clock like an omen. I heard footsteps on the hardwood floor. Light, deliberate. I thought it was a burglar. I grabbed a flashlight and crept toward the stairs. And there it was. A figure stood in the hallway upstairs, right where the mirror was. Not moving, just watching. It looked like me, but I knew. It wasn't. It was taller, skin too smooth, eyes wrong, hollow but full of something writhing just behind them. When I stepped forward, it stepped back, into the mirror. Gone. I left the house that night, slept in my car outside a gas station 3 towns over. When I finally went back 2 days later, everything in the hallway was covered in dust. Everything. Except the mirror. Its surface was clean, smudgeless, and cracked. A hairline fracture right down the middle. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. I tried to get rid of it. First, I covered it with a blanket. The next morning, the blanket was gone. I found it neatly folded on my bed. Then I tried moving it. Too heavy. I tried breaking it. I brought a hammer and swung hard, and it shuddered but didn't break. The hammer's head snapped clean off, like the mirror absorbed the blow. I started dreaming of it. Dreams where I was on the other side of the glass, screaming, clawing. But I couldn't be heard, couldn't be seen. My body was still in the house, sleeping, breathing. But in the mirror, I was trapped, and the thing in my bed was smiling. Each day, the reflection got faster, smarter. It started mimicking my movements perfectly again, but I knew it was an act. It was waiting, learning. Then the lights in the house began to flicker. I'd find things out of place, doors unlocked, pictures turned upside down, writing etched into the fog of the bathroom mirror. Almost home. I stopped sleeping. I stopped eating. I sat in front of the mirror for hours, watching, waiting for it to slip again. One night, it didn't copy me when I lifted my hand. It just stared. Then it grinned, wide, inhuman. The glass rippled, and it stepped out. It was cold. So cold when it brushed past me. It whispered something in a voice that sounded like mine, but wrong. echoing and wet. I like your skin. Then everything went black. I woke up on the floor. The mirror was intact, but something was different. My reflection was back, copying me like normal, but I didn't feel right. I was tired, hollow, like something had been scooped out of me. When I speak, I swear I hear another voice layered beneath mine, a delay, a shadow of sound. And sometimes, when I walk past other mirrors, bathroom stalls, car windows, elevator doors, I don't see myself at all. Just the grin, wide, waiting. If you ever inherit something, anything, and it comes with a mirror, don't bring it home. Don't look at it. And if you do, never turn your back on it. Because once it knows your face, it can wear it forever.